Have you ever wondered how your body uses the food you eat, or how the energy from your meals gets utilized? Enter the concept of thermic effect of food, or TEF. It's a fascinating process that happens right within our bodies every time we enjoy a satisfying meal. Let's start at the beginning. The thermic effect of food, or TEF, refers to the increase in energy expenditure that happens when we consume, digest, and absorb food. It's like a little internal engine that powers up with every bite we take. When you're munching on your favorite sandwich or savoring a delicious bowl of soup, your body is hard at work, using energy to process that food. And it's not an insignificant amount of energy. TEF accounts for about 10% of our total energy expenditure, or T. That's the total amount of energy we use in a day, including everything from breathing and thinking to exercising and, yes, digesting our food. So 10% of that is quite a chunk of our daily energy usage. And if you're thinking that this sounds a lot like burning calories, you're absolutely right. TEF is essentially the calories your body burns through the process of eating, digesting, and absorbing food. But it doesn't stop there. The energy used in TEF also helps in the synthesis and storage of protein, fat, and carbohydrate. You might also hear TEF referred to as diet-induced thermogenesis. It's a term that captures the idea that our diet, what we eat and how much we eat, can influence our body's energy expenditure. It's one of the many ways that our dietary choices can have a direct impact on our health and well-being. So, in essence, TEF is the energy your body spends to process the food you consume. It brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, "you are what you eat," doesn't it? Whether we realize it or not, every meal is a little energy transaction, contributing to the overall workings of our incredibly complex and efficient bodies. Now, TEF can be divided into two subcomponents, obligatory and facultative thermogenesis. Let's dissect these terms. At its core, thermogenesis is all about the heat your body produces. But when it comes to the thermic effect of food, we're dealing with two specific types of thermogenesis: obligatory and facultative. Obligatory thermogenesis is like the basic admission fee at your favorite theme park. It's the energy your body absolutely needs to spend to digest, absorb, and metabolize nutrients. Think of it as the cost of doing business for your body. This includes the synthesis and storage of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. It's the energy that your body has to expend, no matter what. But our bodies, as wonderfully complex as they are, aren't always the most efficient systems. Which brings us to facultative thermogenesis. Facultative thermogenesis is like the fast pass at the theme park. It's the extra energy your body spends due to its metabolic inefficiencies. This is the energy expended above and beyond the obligatory thermogenesis. It's triggered by our sympathetic nervous system, the part of our body that controls our fight or flight response. So, in essence, obligatory thermogenesis is the energy we have to spend to process food. It's the baseline, the bare minimum. But our bodies, being the complex and sometimes inefficient systems that they are, often spend extra energy. This is where facultative thermogenesis comes in. It's a fascinating process, and it's all happening inside your body every time you eat. But remember, it's just one part of the overall energy equation. There are other factors at play, like physical activity and the type of food you eat, which we'll explore later. To put it simply, obligatory thermogenesis is the energy we must spend on processing food, while facultative thermogenesis is the extra energy we burn due to our body's inefficiencies. You might be wondering, does the type of food I eat affect TEF? The answer is absolutely. The thermic effect of food, or TEF, can indeed vary depending on the composition of your diet. When you consume food, your body's energy expenditure increases to digest, absorb, and metabolize the nutrients. Interestingly, this increase is more pronounced following the intake of a protein-rich meal as compared to a meal high in fat. Now, why is this? Well, the human body is an efficient machine. Our bodies are able to metabolize fat with a minimal waste of just 4%. On the other hand, when we convert carbohydrates to fat for storage, the process results in a much higher waste of around 25%. These metabolic inefficiencies lead to a higher energy expenditure and hence a greater thermic effect of food. However, the size and macronutrient content of the meal aren't the only factors that influence TEF. The effect of TEF doesn't last forever. It tends to decrease over a period of 30 to 90 minutes after ingestion. For practical purposes, it's calculated as no more than an additional 10% of the resting energy expenditure. But wait, there's more. Did you know that certain foods and beverages can enhance and prolong the effect of TEF? Spicy foods, for instance, are known to give a little extra boost to your TEF. In addition, caffeine and capsaicin, as well as certain teas like green, white, and oolong tea, can increase energy expenditure and fat oxidation, and even suppress hunger. So, what does all this mean for you? It means that the type of food you eat, from its macronutrient content to its spiciness, can indeed influence your TEF. By understanding this, you can make informed decisions about your diet and potentially maximize the thermic effect of food. So, the type of food you eat, from its macronutrient content to its spiciness, can indeed influence your TEF. Now here's a thought-provoking question. Can understanding TEF help in weight management? Indeed it can. TEF, or the thermic effect of food, is the energy our bodies expend to consume, digest, and absorb food. It plays a crucial role in our overall energy expenditure and therefore in weight management. By understanding TEF, we can make more informed dietary choices that can aid in managing our weight. When it comes to TEF, not all nutrients are created equal. Protein, for instance, triggers a higher TEF compared to fat. This means your body burns more calories digesting protein than it does fat. So, incorporating more protein into your meals could potentially increase your overall calorie burn. Moreover, TEF isn't constant throughout the day. It decreases after ingestion over 30 to 90 minutes, making its effects on total energy expenditure relatively small. However, certain foods can enhance and prolong the effect of TEF. Spicy foods, caffeine, capsaicin, and different teas such as green, white, and oolong tea may increase energy expenditure, fat oxidation, and suppress hunger. Thus, including these in your diet could potentially boost your TEF and help manage your weight. Another aspect to consider is the method of nutrition intake. Both enteral nutrition, which is feeding via a tube, and parenteral nutrition, which is intravenous feeding, exert a thermic effect on energy expenditure. This is an important consideration when predicting overall energy needs for patients receiving these types of nutrition. In the grand scheme of things, TEF represents a part of the total energy expenditure, which also includes resting energy expenditure and energy expended for physical activity. While TEF might seem like a small piece of the puzzle, it's a piece nonetheless. In conclusion, understanding TEF can indeed be a game changer in weight management. By knowing how different foods and nutrients affect your body's energy expenditure, you can make smarter dietary choices that align with your weight management goals. Mastering your understanding of TEF can indeed be a useful tool in your weight management journey. Apart from TEF, there's another way your body utilizes energy, through activity thermogenesis. Activity thermogenesis, or AT, is the energy you burn when you move, either during exercise or simply as part of your daily routine. It's like your body's own natural furnace, constantly burning fuel to keep you going. This energy expenditure can be divided into two components: non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, or NEAT, and the energy used during sports or fitness exercise. NEAT is the energy you expend during everyday activities. This includes anything from walking to the store, to fidgeting in your seat, to chewing gum. Even seemingly insignificant actions like these require energy and contribute to your total energy expenditure. On the other hand, the energy used during sports or fitness exercise is probably what most people think of when they hear the term activity thermogenesis. This is the energy you burn when you intentionally engage in physical activities like running, swimming, or lifting weights. What's interesting about activity thermogenesis is that it's the most variable component of total energy expenditure, or T. T is the sum of your resting energy expenditure, the thermic effect of food, and activity thermogenesis. Depending on your level of activity, AT can be as low as 100 kilocalories per day in sedentary people, or as high as 3,000 kilocalories per day in athletes. The variability of activity thermogenesis highlights the importance of physical activity in energy expenditure and overall health. It's a reminder that while diet plays a crucial role in energy consumption and expenditure, physical activity is just as important. So, whether you're working out at the gym or simply going about your daily chores, your body is constantly burning energy, adding to your TEF and overall energy expenditure. It's a fascinating process, and understanding it can help us make better choices for our health and well-being.